Who are new gods in DC Comics? In the vast and vibrant universe of DC Comics, the new gods stand out as some of the most compelling and uniquely mythological characters ever crafted. Created by the legendary Jack Kirby during his remarkable stint at DC in the early 1970s, the new gods belong to a genre now famously known as the Fourth World Saga. This group of characters represents a radical departure from traditional superhero narratives, introducing readers to a cosmic opera filled with themes of high fantasy, mythology, and cosmic-scale conflicts. The new gods are natives of two opposing planets, New Genesis and Apocalypse, each representing contrasting themes of utopia and dystopia, respectively. New Genesis is an idyllic world filled with unspoiled wilderness and cities that float serenely in the sky, overseen by the wise and benevolent Highfather. In stark contrast, Apocalypse is a nightmarish, industrialized hellscape ruled by the tyrannical Darkseid, whose quest for the anti-life equation, a formula that would give him control over all sentient life, brings him into frequent conflict with not only the new gods, but virtually all heroes across the DC universe. The introduction of the new gods added depth to the DC universe, enriching it with new themes and narratives that explored the nature of good and evil, freedom and control, and the struggles of power and responsibility. This ambitious creation did not just expand the scope of DC's storytelling possibilities, it also set the stage for some of the most memorable and influential stories in comic book history. Origin of the New Gods. The New Gods originated in the aftermath of a devastating cosmic conflict known as the Old Gods' War. This cataclysmic event led to the destruction of the original world, splitting it into two distinct planets, New Genesis and Apocalypse. These worlds symbolize the eternal struggle between good and evil. New Genesis emerged as a paradise guided by Highfather, who sought to build a society of peace, wisdom, and prosperity. The inhabitants of New Genesis, known as the New Gods, live in serene cities floating above the lush terrain of their planet. They strive for justice, embodying values of unity and compassion. On the opposite end, Apocalypse is ruled by the tyrant Darkseid. This planet is a nightmarish wasteland, where Darkseid maintains absolute control and enforces obedience through fear and brutality. His ultimate goal is to dominate the universe using the anti-life equation, a formula that would grant him control over all living beings. Central to the new gods' origin is their shared mythology surrounding the Source and the Source Wall. The Source is a cosmic entity that represents the origin and limit of existence. The Source Wall stands as a boundary beyond which lies the unknown, and only the bravest or most foolish dare to challenge its constraints. The conflict between New Genesis and Apocalypse is further complicated by a truce negotiated by Highfather and Darkseid. To maintain peace, they exchanged their sons. Orion, Darkseid's son, was sent to New Genesis, while scot-free, Mr. Miracle, Highfather's son, was given to Apocalypse. This uneasy alliance plays a crucial role in shaping the destinies of both worlds. Key characters among the new gods. The story of New Gods is populated with complex characters, representing a broad spectrum of ideologies and roles. Here are some of the most prominent figures in this cosmic saga. Highfather, the wise and noble ruler of New Genesis. Highfather leads his people with compassion and fairness. Formerly known as Isaiah the Inheritor, he became Highfather after a spiritual awakening that led him to embrace peace. He wields the powerful Staff of Power and communicates with the Source for guidance in maintaining order. Darkseid. The tyrant ruler of Apocalypse, Darkseid is one of DC Comics' most infamous villains. His ultimate goal is to conquer all life by wielding the anti-life equation, which grants total control over others. He commands vast armies and enforces obedience through fear. His Omega Beams, energy blasts from his eyes, are lethal and relentless. Orion, Darkseid's son, Orion, was raised by Highfather as part of a peace pact. Despite his violent heritage and internal struggle against his darker impulses, he became one of New Genesis's fiercest warriors. Armed with the powerful Astro Harness and Mother Box, he fights to protect the universe from his father's tyranny. Mr. Miracle, scot-free. The son of Highfather raised on Apocalypse, Scot-free endured a harsh upbringing in Granny Goodness's orphanage. He escaped to Earth, becoming a master escape artist known as Mr. Miracle. He fights for justice alongside his wife, Big Barda, and continually opposes Apocalypse. Big Barda, one of Apocalypse's fiercest warriors. Big Barda served Darkseid until she met and fell in love with Scot-free. Together they escaped Apocalypse, and she joined Scott on Earth as a heroic warrior. Barda is strong, strategic, and wields the Mega Rod, a versatile weapon. Granny Goodness. A ruthless enforcer of Darkseid's will, Granny Goodness trains and indoctrinates young recruits into loyal warriors for Apocalypse. Her cruel tactics and psychological manipulation make her one of Darkseid's most trusted servants. Light Ray. A close friend and ally of Orion, Light Ray is one of New Genesis's brightest heroes. He is known for his positivity, speed, and ability to manipulate light, which he uses as a weapon and for flight. Desaad, Darkseid's sadistic and cunning chief torturer. Desaad revels in psychological manipulation and inflicting pain. He oversees the many prisons and training facilities on Apocalypse, ensuring loyalty through fear and suffering.